Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this the podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Gotta shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody, power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah. Can Crushers. Yeah. Can Crushers. Let's go.
And welcome back to another Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast, guys. If you're looking for WWE, it's not going to happen this week. I'm sorry. Jenks is not here. I'm Mark the Mark. Joining me again from the 40-year dash, the one and only Cody Herrick.
There we go. I was waiting for the stage name, Hetrick.
Yeah, Hetrick. Oh, yeah, I'm pulling down the fourth wall.
Right. Thanks for welcoming me back, Mark. I'm just got to ask, I don't know what's going on with Jenks. Did he cut a shoot promo on you and ask you to get fired? Did he try to challenge you to fire him?
Yeah, apparently this every time, and it's okay because I think I might like your analysis better after AEW pay-per-views. After every AEW pay-per-view, he has to work, and that work was in air quotes, by the way. Not that we're on Facebook,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell you're doing air quotes for sure.
Yeah.
This coincidence, right? That you always have to work on a Sunday, right?
I'm just thinking he's not buying them. Like, you notice when we're texting in the group message, he's the third one to answer, and he's like, "Oh man, that was awesome."
That's right.
I didn't like that either. He's just he's not spending the $50 and watching the pay-per-views.
He's following along on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
That's exactly it. Giant douche. So anyway, we ended up tying in the old six-pack challenge. So I retain again.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty easy to predict, I think. There's maybe like one or two that I got wrong too, I think. 1 or 2. But yeah, I don't know, it's a predictable show, but enjoyable.
It was. I love that you use the word predictable. But the surprises, a couple surprises came out. Wasn't expecting any of those, and we'll get to all these here in a minute. But yeah, and nothing led forward to Forbidden Door for me in that. You know, there was
right.
Their next AEW kind of associated pay-per-view. There was a little, but nothing that made me yet, which I'm buying it, don't get me wrong, saying, wow, I need Forbidden Door. They're going to use that all on TV.
Yeah, the build up, yeah, for sure. And there is a crinkle in the plan that we'll talk about later. So, but yeah, it was definitely enjoyable. Hey, I did go through Bleacher Report this time. I went through Sling, and Mark, I had no issues. You didn't hear me I didn't complain, right? The whole show. So everything worked out perfectly. So yeah, I will be doing that going forward for sure.
Good. That's wonderful to know that you didn't have issues, because the last time you were screaming at us via text that you hate Bleacher Report, and we're like, dude, I don't know what to tell you.
Right, 2 times in a row. But yeah, not doing that ever again.
So what's up? What's been going on? How's everything? Wife, kids, and all that?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Just want to apologize to the listeners if I've sniffle or anything like that. Allergies are kicking me down right now a little bit. But other than that, everything's good. Went to the zoo yesterday with the family, and there was equipment day. My son absolutely loves trucks and semis and all that stuff, and he had a ball and got to climb on stuff, so that was really cool. And our dog is limping a little bit, Hank here, but hopefully he'll be okay. Goes to the vet tomorrow, so hopefully everything's with him. But yeah, other than that, been good since last time we talked. How about you?
Well, good. Parts Unknown Zoo is where you went?
Yeah, Parts Unknown Zoo. The week before, we went to Pittsburgh Zoo, and that was, I think, upset that he goes to the Erie Zoo afterwards after seeing like real animals.
A little bit of set down there.
Right? Yeah.
You should have taken him like to the Cleveland Zoo or fly out to San Diego or something.
Right. Yeah. Our zoo up here. I think there's a comedian that made fun of it. It's like he said like something like the Portsmouth Known Zoo is the person that just has the most animals in town and has like dogs and cats and all that. I can't remember the comedian, but it was on a comedy special on Comedy Central. But yeah, it's definitely true. They've lost every big animal since I was a little kid, so not much in there anymore. But he has fun. It's a perfect size for a 1.5-year-old, and he had a good time. So no complaints.
Equipment Day too. That's got to be fun. Especially, I don't remember myself back in that era. Ethan would have probably loved Equipment Day too because just climbing on things and just hopefully they were washed, right?
Yep, everything was sparkling clean. So yeah, the cement truck, garbage truck. He went in the garbage bin, Mark.
He went in it?
Yeah, he loved it. He loved playing around there. It's sparkly clean, but yeah, he got in there and stomped his feet a lot. So
nice.
He had a great time with that. We watch the garbage truck every Thursday or Friday morning it comes by. So I think it was nice for him to be able to be up and close and personal with one. So yeah, he had a great time.
You have ties down in my neck of the woods, so anytime that he wants to, throw garbage or anything like that, take a couple days vacation, come down to Ridgeway, and I'll put him on the back of the truck. Then he'll see how much he loves it.
That's right. From the work.
Yeah.
2 years old. Yeah.
Come on, man, pick that bag up. It weighs more than you.
No, he takes the bins down to the street with me and throws trash into the trash can too. So. Yeah, it's a little activity we always do together. I told him that I remember this when he gets to become a teenager and how much he helped when he was young. That when he starts complaining that he doesn't want to do it anymore. But
that happens fast.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Hey, a little inside joke. Did you have your pedometer on as you guys were walking around?
He misspeaks like every podcast. He doesn't know words. I don't know what his deal is, but did not have that on.
Good. We don't need any pedos following you guys around.
I don't know his deal, man. What is it? Cayenne pepper, pedometers, and there's some other word he doesn't know either. So
yeah,
we're definitely educating Mooch on the 40-year dash each week. So
and everybody else,
right?
Learning English. Let me tell you about my day yesterday.
Please.
Full of emotions, full of everything. So, everybody knows my son is part of the LGBTQ community, and in Pittsburgh they had the Pride March, and he asked about it. He's been asking about it since 2020. Well, guess what?
Right.
There hasn't been one. So we finally made it happen this year. And I told, you guys would know him as the English professor, best friend John, he's like, I'm coming with you guys. Cool.
Yeah.
Ethan was a little shell-shocked at first. Didn't know what was going to go on. Come on, we're a small town.
Right.
And when we get down there, it is a celebration.
Yeah.
Well, he was nervous. So I'm like, hey, dude, anytime you want to dip out of this, me and Uncle John will, head back to the car with you, and then we'll peace out, go get burgers or whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay, first 50, 100 feet or whatever, he was nervous. We rounded, and it was in Pittsburgh on Forbes and Grant and that whole downtown area, down city area.
Yep.
Soon as you make that first turn, the sea of people just there supporting, and the people behind you walking, and everything. I didn't look at him because I'm tearing up, and I'm like, this is amazing. This is powerful. This is unbelievable. I'm going to do it even if Ethan never walks again. The educational value, knowing that you're showing support and, you're there for the community. And then I looked over at Ethan after I wiped my tears.
Yeah.
He's got this smile. So dad mode then turns on, and I'm like, buddy, let me tell you right now, if I'm not here, Mom's not here, Uncle John, we had some other relatives there too. They're not here. I said, look around. This is your community. These people will do for you. They'll make sure they take care of you, in a heartbeat. I felt that. And then you have people giving mom hugs and dad hugs, and I got involved in those, and it was, I'll tell you, Cody, if you can, I will literally wave this flag the rest of my life.
Right.
If you can be part of that one time, the emotions that you see on that 1.5-mile, 2-mile trek around the city, it hits you in your feels. It is so. I was on cloud 9 the rest of the day because you make that 2-mile walk, and it's not in a circle, by the way.
It's not? Okay.
They just dispose you 2 miles away from the starting point. Guess what we did? We parked at the starting point.
Oh, no. So it turns into a 4-mile walk for you.
So we have to walk back.
Yeah. But it was a beautiful day, right?
It was a beautiful day. It was gorgeous in Pittsburgh yesterday. So, guys, if you follow me on socials, my own personal page, I took one picture because I was just taking it in. Maybe next year I'll take more or some video or something, but it wasn't for that yesterday. It was for Ethan. It really was to show the support and show, I don't want to say the word lifestyle because that sounds weird, but it's at the top of my head. But, his well-being and talking, to his uncle, who's also part of the community, and his boyfriend. I think it really helped Ethan yesterday. It really did. And to see the young kids in support around Ethan's age and, even the older's generation, man, I want to, and I'm not saying this for shout outs or anything, I want them all to know that if you're looking for an ally, and I know that's, a word, if you're looking for an ally, Mark and Can Crushers are here, without a doubt. It's powerful. I will say this from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. Thank you for... People are just coming up and giving me random hugs.
Right. Yeah.
That was cool.
What is it? Brotherhood, right? Or sisterhood, right?
Yeah.
It feels like that, right? That's I'm very happy for you and your family to be able to experience that. I'm sure waiting 2 years to do it was probably a big thing, right? But I'm sure that it was definitely rewarding seeing that process and, the support. That's amazing, Mark. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
The smile for Ethan. That
right.
As a dad, and being a dad, that little something that gives your son a smile, and then it just, carries to you via, Bluetooth or whatever the hell smiles carry over.
Right.
It becomes something. I'm like, this was a dad win. And Mom win too, because Mom was there, but you guys, Kelly's not talking. But it was a parent win, I'm like, holy shit. We did something right in 16 years. This might have been the first one, but he's happy. So
I imagine there's nothing like that in your neck of the woods. I'm sure it's hard for him in a small town too, right?
Yeah.
So going to a bigger city to see that he's not alone, I'm sure that definitely I can't say that word. Can't figure say that word. There we go. Resonated really hard with him. So that's awesome. I know. When we grew up, right? You're older than me. Like that was not around.
You called me grandpa.
So, right. Right. But it's definitely a changed world. I'm so happy for Ethan to have that, and you as well, Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let me do some of this stuff real quick because I don't know if Cody and I are going to have time to do it later. First and foremost, follow us on all the socials, gluten-free and everything like the 40-year-old Dash is on. We're on it too, but we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Send us an email at cancrusher69@gmail.com, and you can listen to us every place that podcasts are available. Later in the show, you'll hear a commercial from Al Snow. In case I forget to tell you about it, it's called Collar and Elbow. Can Crushers, all one word, capital C in can, capital C in Crushers. You'll save 10%. You guys know. You've listened to the show for damn near 5 years now. It's still the same promo code. Do it. We're going to get hot and heavy in AEW this week, but I do have to tell you, spoiler alert, this Wednesday's Can Crusher Spotlight gets heavy. It's unbelievable. He was on AEW one time, AEW Dark.
Okay.
He wrestles in Texas, Oklahoma, in around those areas as well. It's Kane Carter. He's coming on the show. We connect about moms, and everybody knows my mom has passed, so there's a little bit of a story there. And then Kane dropped some breaking news, and it's heavy. It's some heavy breaking news that I'm not going to spill it here. Guys, let me just say, however you can help an indie star, help an indie star. This, we were both crying at one point. So I usually don't like saying this on the weekly show, and I just tell my friends, this is going to be hard pressed to get anything to surpass this as interview of the year already in June. This is unbelievable what this human being, this 24-year-old kid, has gone through, and it is continuing to go through. Wow. So, yeah. Listen.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Just listen.
Yep, I will.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Not just you, everybody.
I know, everybody.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And then we'll wrap back around next Sunday because we need to do some stuff. So we'll just leave it at that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cody, are we ready?
Oh, let's go. I'm all ready.
Let's go. All right, guys. First and foremost, Jenks did call in to the hotline. He only left 2 messages. One for Double or Nothing, and then one for after Wednesday. So Cody and I will break it down, and then we'll throw Jenks on here. I have not listened, so I don't know what the hell. So I just downloaded them, and I have them set in a file ready to be plopped in here. We're going to listen to them together. He's either going to shit on us, or I have no clue.
Hopefully his audio is better than mine.
Yeah.
When I called in.
No,
for sure.
And it's not 75 messages that I had to put together. That's the only thing I went in to look at them.
Fair enough. Can't wait.
All right, Double or Nothing time. Cody has the stream the whole time. Mark is good to go. Jenks, never mind. He's working. The buy-in. Hookhausen against Sterling and Nice. They rushed this. I was a little upset about this. This was on 10 minutes before the show started. I thought we were going to get a more theatrical Danhausen. I thought maybe we'd get some more antics or anything. Danhausen got his ass beat. Hook came in and wiped everybody away.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, Mark. I was still outside. I had logged in like 5 minutes before, so I missed it. But yeah, the time on there is like 5 minutes, 20 seconds, right? So that's definitely not as long as I thought it would be too, right? But yeah, what do you think they're going to keep doing with Hook and Danhausen? I think they're just going to keep them going?
I don't know. I thought it's perfect time to put the FTW on Hook. Everybody loves them in the first place.
People love Hook, yes.
Yeah, we know that FTW title is whatever. Like, Starks isn't really doing anything with it. At least to put a pseudo title on Hook, have it be his dad's, is really cool.
Yeah.
But he's part of Team Taz, essentially. I would, right?
You would imagine, right? Yeah, yet there hasn't really been too many interactions between everybody on Team Taz recently, right? It's
no, not at all.
Everybody doing their own thing. But yeah, and he is, I don't know, he's a blue chip, right? Like
he really is.
He knows everything. He has a look, has a style, has the entrance, he has everything. But yeah, I'd imagine he'll turn on Danhausen eventually, right? And
I would think
become bigger heel, I'd imagine, from that. So that's my guess what's going to happen. How did Mark Sterling do? I know, is he from Pittsburgh area, right? Or no?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Yeah, he did all right. He took a beating, which he needed to do.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing. Like I said, I was more disappointed in this because they've built this up for weeks and they only gave him 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Like,
right.
All right, so we get to the main show. And
Right.
this is where it all comes to head, essentially. We've heard MJF's not there. We bit into it, and I'm going to say it right now. I thought maybe, because these whole talks with MJF, I thought he really got pissed. I had the wool pulled right over my eyes.
That's what I love about MJF, right?
Yeah.
He's working it the whole time. Interview, like, I don't think he's ever done an out of character interview, like a podcast or anything, man. It's incredible what he's doing, and I'm sure everybody's talked about it since it happened. Was last Sunday, was Saturday night was when the news was coming out, right?
Yes.
So what's going to happen? Bought a plane ticket, right, and all of that. Didn't show up to the meet and greet and all that. So yeah, it's crazy, but I'm glad he showed up, and I like that they put it first rate, Mark, and put it so you weren't waiting the whole pay-per-view, having that linger over the pay-per-view, so the attention wasn't drawn away from everybody else too.
See, I was the other way, actually.
Yeah?
I was like, holy moly. Again, because I had the wool still over my eyes, I'm like, he's getting this match and he's bailing. I didn't, fast forward, I didn't expect a Wednesday promo, and we'll get to that.
Yep.
I didn't expect a Wednesday promo. I thought, all right, he's off air for a while. He got fucking stretchered out of the arena. He should be off air for a minute.
Did you see how they put the mask on him? That guy had no idea how to put that, like, over his nose and eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't working.
Not at all. I don't know how he was getting any air.
Right.
No air. He's dying on a stretcher.
Right. But what do you think about the match in general?
I loved it because you know how I all for Wardlow.
Same here, yep.
But I thought MJF should have got a few moves in. Because this, to me, again, this was like he's leaving. He's just doing a work for Wardlow, and he's bailing.
Right.
So I was like, man, he's really leaving. This is whole playing into the 45-year-old Mark, and I'm like,
right.
Damn it, he's leaving.
Yeah. And that's what I thought too the whole way, and I'm just glad, if it's a shoot, a work, or a combination, right, that he showed up to do that job to Wardlow, right? Because there's a 2-year story in the making, essentially, from almost day one from AEW, and there's a great payoff, and Wardlow definitely has a rocket strapped to his back, and hopefully it keeps going up, onward and upward too. But it was kind of what was needed, and
after I sit back now and look at it, you're exactly 10 freaking power bombs. Yeah,
right.
That was needed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he finally got his loss, right, that he needed. But yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe I just don't know where the line is. It's blurred, right, between real and fake for MJF. Like, where that's at, and
we'll find out Wednesday. We'll find out.
Right.
Yeah, we'll find out Wednesday. Spoiler, everybody knows, but we'll just give you our hot take.
Yep, sounds good.
Next match is the Hardys against the Bucks. And for a while, this was a good match. Maybe the first 3 minutes. And then Jeff Hardy just implodes.
Did you see he got knocked out?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
He got knocked out of his boots, Cody.
Yeah, literally. Literally, yeah. And he was just doing it on memory recognition, by himself. Like, I don't know. And they pulled him from Dynamite too, which we'll get into. But yeah, it was a good match, I guess. I don't know. It went a little bit longer than I was expecting, and Young Bucks did a lot of work to make it look good after, Jeff being knocked silly and not being able to tie his boots back up for some reason. But it was enjoyable.
Yeah, enjoyable to okay. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I would have loved to seen this match 20 years ago, but the Bucks would have been, 5 and 10? Whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if we would have saw this match, I was going in expecting it to be a non-Mark match, meaning I probably wouldn't like it because it was going to be too high-flying.
Yeah.
But seeing that Jeff is crippling himself, especially after the Darby match recently, he's literally crippling himself.
Yeah.
I think they need to take a step back. I really do. And I was actually shocked that they continued to give Hardys the win then. And I'm like,
Right.
what? Where are we going with this? You saw that they can't move fluently.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt walks with like peg legs, and then Jeff is just nuts and hobbling and out of it, man. Like it's crazy that they got that win. But what's their series? I know this is a couple times they've wrestled, right? Do you know what their series is?
I don't. I don't. I should have did some homework, but yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember. They fought on like Independence right before AEW, but I don't remember who won or who lost.
Yeah, they fought overseas a couple times too. I thought too.
Did they? Okay,
I think so. Yeah. Don't look that up in the Wrestle Wikipedia because I'm not sure, but
right.
I just hope they have something for the Hardys to do to transition or something, because wrestling knowledge wise, they're there. They have it. They just need to maybe be Sting-esque and not be in the ring as much, especially Jeff. Matt, I think, can still do his slower, methodical spots. Jeff Shaw probably not get on the top rope again for a long time.
Yeah, take some time off for sure. Just relax.
I hate Billy Gunn right now. That he's not loving his sons. Like, really? You're just going to let your sons go to the wayside for these two jabrones of the Acclaim? I can't stand the Acclaim.
You hate the Acclaim. Is it that you hate them because they're doing their job, or you just don't like them?
I hate it because they're doing their job. So they're doing a great job. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Their ring work is good.
Yeah.
But their mic skills and just getting people pissed off is, it's wonderful. I just can't. God, they piss me off so much. So they win. They're winning.
They're winning. Yeah, they're doing their job efficiently.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
Next match is Anna Jay against Jade. The match itself, Cody, few miscues. This was, first off, it was thrown together like the night before that this was going to be a match, and good that Anna Jay is back on the card. I've always been a advocate for Anna Jay. I loved when she was getting that real big push that she had with the Dark Order, which is essentially done, right?
It has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of the Dark Order has been released. We haven't seen some in a long time.
Yeah. Essentially to the wayside, but it was a okay match again. It could have been a Dynamite match, right, or a Rampage match, but like I thought going into the weekend, there's like 9 matches, but ended up 13.
13.
Like where did all these matches come from?
5 hours if you watch the pre-show as well.
Yeah, it was a long night, which I'll get into at the end. But like I don't know. That could have been a pre-show match, right? Or it could have been a Dynamite main event, right? But the
2 surprises in this match,
right? I enjoyed that. I'm a big fan of Athena. That's probably my wife's favorite wrestler.
Really?
Wrestler from WWE. Like, she really enjoyed Ember Moon down at NXT, right? Not so much when she got called up, but her NXT run, she was a big fan of, and it was really cool to see her come by and Jade get a new mouthpiece essentially too.
Yeah, Stokely Hathaway, aka Malcolm Bivens, for everybody that has just watched NXT and now trickling over to AEW. Yeah, he was on AEW once or twice before he went to NXT. Man, this guy, he fits the baddies. And no knock on Smart Mark Sterling or anything, but he fits them. He's just there. Expect the baddies to be doing a lot, I think. I think maybe Jade loses the title, and when we get to her having a match with Athena, that might be the person. That might be the person that gives her the first loss. But I don't think she loses any footing then. I think that just propels.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. She's a star, man. She really is. I think her in-ring work will get better each time, right? And just she has a look. She can talk now a little bit, but she also has her new mouthpiece too. So like it's going to be a good. She's building that stable. If everybody has a stable, right, in AEW.
Yeah, they
So
do. Everybody's got boys and girls in
right,
AEW.
yeah. So she's starting to build that up. I think. What do you think Chris Statlander fits in this too? Right, like
that was my next question to you, because she has turned into the Big Show. This week she hates Layla Hirsch. She hates Red Velvet. This, that, and the other. Now she was with them, and then they need to find something for her and stick with it. And I understand her and Red Velvet are going to be the ones that continue to go at it. Because then Athena goes over to Jade. That kind of leaves Kiera Hogan floating around. But, I just hope Stat gets something underneath her. Because she had a little bit of a run when she came back from her injury. And then she's kind of getting lost again. I thought when Stat came out before Athena, I'm like, yes, her and Jade, I'll buy that too.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, because I think a lot of people were pretty upset when she didn't win against Britt Baker for that tournament, the semifinal, I guess. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. She's definitely changed, right, her gimmick and all that, and it'd be interesting maybe it's a three-way, right? Or I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll
maybe.
See.
Yeah.
We'll see, but I'm interested in both of those two taking on Jade for sure. But I think one of those two would be the first loss.
For sure.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to stir the pot, Cody.
Yeah.
Do you make it Athena and then all the WWE marks? Guys, we love wrestling. We're not marks for one or the other. All the WWE marks say, look, you had to bring an ex-WWE person over to beat this. Right? Stop. Right. Know that'll come out.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, probably. You're right.
Yeah.
But what if Jade just says she's better than that Bell wants to go after, Thunder Rosa, right? Like,
that would be that.
I could see that too.
The chef's kiss, as Jenks always says.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that too when she gets, 50. What is she at? 40 something? Maybe 40?
I think she's only like 33.
33, okay. Maybe 40 wins and she's over it.
Done.
She's ready. Yeah, go on to the next thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Definitely a story. There's something going on.
Next matchup is the House of Black against the Death Triangle. One that we've been kind of waiting for a long time.
Right.
Shout out to Little Penta that came out. Again, dad feels.
Right.
Little Penta comes out and does everything, and I'm like, damn it, AEW, you know when to throw it in, because this is this is supposed to be like a gruesome match, and they're going to kill everybody. And you start off by having a Little Penta come out, and they do headbutts and everything. I'm like, damn it, you just brought it back home. I loved it, though. I did. I loved it.
Me too. It's probably one of the matches I was looking forward most to, right? I don't know about you, but
for sure,
like you said, it was a long story. I think, Ray getting injured was put on hold for a little bit to get it back to the 6 or 3-on-3 match here, and it didn't disappoint in my eyes.
No, some of the
one of the better matches of the nights.
Some of the moves, Brody almost broke in half trying to do a dive over, and then bashes his back on the apron. It's just the Inferno DDT was crazy as hell. These six, in this match, give the best brainbusters in wrestling today. The way that they just drive them down.
Yeah.
They protect, but you still don't know if the person receiving the brainbuster is going to get up.
Yeah. It's incredible the talent that was in this match, right? Like all six of them, you could see them being, TNT or, heavyweight champion at some point, right? Like they're all so talented and so skilled. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then the lights go out.
Yep.
You think Pac is going to get Malachi.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, which we've been waiting for months on years on decades, Julia Hart just spits in the bastard's face. I didn't care what happened after that. I didn't care if he fell off onto Black and got the win somehow, and then Julia had to go through some more, that she's finally there, and she did. The biggest spot of the match was to her, and it was just spitting on somebody. Robbie Alomar got suspended for that years ago.
That is true. But yeah, it finally paid off, right? It was done nicely, a little long, right? But I think going back, I think Phoenix getting injured helped prolong a little bit, but it's definitely paid off if you pay attention to the details, which you guys mentioned all along the way. Of the eye patch is still there. Black was seeping out of the eye patch, and her mannerisms definitely changed from when she was with the Varsity Blondes, right? So it was nice to finally see that pay off, and I'm excited what they're going to do with her going forward too.
Yeah, I want to see this week. Actually, meaning this week, not the one that we're going to talk about. If the Blondes, because the Blondes have to make some, but it's going to be hard. Oh, by the way, thoughts and prayers go out to Brian Pillman Jr. as his. I should have mentioned this at the beginning. His mom passed away. Brian Pillman Sr.'s wife, the one that was on the dark side of the ring, that didn't come off right, and she had trouble history and everything, but that doesn't matter. Brian Pillman lost his mom, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
So this might be another week or two before we see him come back, but I think there needs to be an answer. I think they have to come and say, what's up with Julie, because there needs to be a ribbon on that she just bails on them, because she never hit Griff with the chair.
Right. Yeah, so definitely is explanation, right? And a little confrontation, just put that to rest too. Yeah. Because it just can't be I'm done, see you later type of thing. Has to be something with it.
Yeah, the undone WWE storyline.
Yeah, right.
Next matchup was, notice I used was, my match of the night when it happened. Yeah. Cole against Joe was unbelievable. Hard-hitting technical match, just working the shoulder, that whole story within a match of a tournament that could tell a storyline that could be brought back anytime they wanted to. This was amazing.
You liked it?
I loved it.
I don't know, man. I enjoyed it. I love Samoa Joe. Adam Cole, I don't know, man. I just hasn't been hitting with me recently. I don't know about you, but did he get injured in this match? I saw that he's injured.
Did he? Let's preface. Again, I didn't watch WWE this week. That's why it's not going to be on, because of umpiring and baseball. I squeezed all of AEW in when I could. So I haven't even read stuff. I've just been willy-nilly posting, too. I should just let anybody post this week, because I don't even remember what I posted. But did he really get hurt? Son of a bitch.
I think so, because he was on commentary on Rampage, right? He wasn't out there at all for that match. But I don't know. I think I read something on Wrestling Reddit that he's injured. I'm not exactly too sure what, but that's I saw that in a couple posts. So I'm not sure what came of it, but it's kind of writing on the wall, like these next two matches, who is winning, right?
Yeah.
Even going into it, I think even they were both wearing black and pink too.
Right.
Yeah. At least change it up, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. He's just not.
Adam Cole's not it for you.
He's not. No, I don't know. He's little, right? But little doesn't matter. But I don't know. He just not my favorite.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm throwing the pot on it maybe, but it's I don't know. It seems they're running that same story they did in NXT, right? Essentially again, and it was good there. But I think he's a person that needs a belt or something to brag about. Exactly, I think that's why he won this tournament, right? Like he needs.
Oh, for sure, I agree.
Something to brag about. He needs something to carry around to look important, because he lost 2 matches in a row to Hangman, right, for the championship. Like, where does he go from that point forward? So he needed something like this.
People say he's the Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels always needed something: the IC title, the heavyweight title, something or other. Yeah, so he's like possibly the modern era Shawn Michaels to be a douche and so I can see that.
Yeah.
Again, next match given away. We have predicted this since she was put into the tournament. that this was Britt's to lose. And yeah, and she won. I thought it was a great match as well. I thought Ruby winning could have done a little bit more for Ruby. I feel bad for Ruby. We'll wrap back around Wednesday. I think there's going to be something here between Britt and Ruby for a while, which is great because they work together. I will always say this. If you have not seen these guys on the Indies work, go and look them up. They work tremendously. My big thing is after this, go ahead and talk about the match. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I thought it was good, right? Ruby Soho is what, 2-0-2 against Britt now? So yep. I think keeping that story going, we'll talk about on Dynamite, I think that's definitely good. I think she needs to get a win back, right? For that to be a legitimate threat in the division for her coming over, because she was probably one of the bigger signings, right?
I thought so.
Like, I thought, brought a little bit legitimacy to the, to the program. Britt Baker was and Thunder Rosa were carrying the division for a long time, right? And you bring someone over like a Ruby Soho, and she hasn't really done too much. So, yeah, I would have liked to seen her win, but I understand the decision, right? Of why I went with those two for sure.
Lots of references all night, and we caught on this really quick. Sharpshooters or roll-ups from WrestleMania 10 or, stuff like that. A lot of paying homage to Owen. I liked it, but damn it, don't you know how to put a sharpshooter? And this is not a knock to the women because they kind of put one of the better sharpshooters on.
Right.
But my God, some of the sharpshooters were...
They're really bad. They're really bad. I think we're keeping track, 3 or 4 of them pretty bad?
Yeah.
Something like that, but yeah, for sure.
What did you think about, and I don't know why I didn't talk about this first, what did you think about the entrances for both of them?
I didn't like Britt Baker's.
Not at all. Not at all.
Rancer's pretty good. I enjoyed that. I enjoy that song. So yeah, I think Ruby's was much better than Britt Baker's for sure.
Yeah.
By leaps and bounds. But yeah.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah. It's weird that got the special entrance treatment, that match, but that's
another match got a special entrance, and it continued for a long time. But
that's right. Yeah, good point.
I'm going to go on statement right now, and the titles that they got, the Owen Hart titles, belts, whatever, straps, that they're just decorative. They go in their house now and whatever.
Yeah,
those are amazing. I will own one of those. Nice. I will own one of those. It's almost everybody knows my favorite championship is the NWA TV championship, the red one.
Yeah.
This is probably 1A. Then it's essentially jumped that far. Big Owen fan all my life, so to have something like that, and I hope it's out there soon. I've already told the wife. I said, if you want to do something for me for Christmas, the whole family.
Right.
Put your monies together and just give me that. I will walk around Ridgeway, parts unknown, in every place wearing that.
Yeah, they're beautiful belts. What did you think of the ceremony tied in with it?
They actually gave Martha an hour if she wanted it. Could you imagine that? I mean, no knock to Martha. She was excited. She stumbled a couple times, this, that, and the other thing, but... If they would have gave her an hour, because that went on long enough. I thought it was a little too long.
That was very long, yeah. Could have been a lot quicker.
Yeah.
To make that day a little earlier, but yeah. It's cool they had that tied back. Had her there and presented the stuff, and yeah, the belts are beautiful for sure. I can't wait for you to have one.
I thought. Maybe Martha should have wore some pink too instead of a wedding dress, but
that's right. Good point.
Here than there.
Yeah.
The mixed trios match. Not at all. Not at all. I could have given 2 shits about this.
Yep.
And I don't know. I was a strong advocate for my girl Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah.
Oof. She needs some work.
She does. That was her first ever match, right?
Yeah.
I think that was her debut. Yeah.
On a pay-per-view.
Right. This definitely could have been a Dynamite match. And
yes.
I don't know why they were pushing so hard, obviously, to get her out there and exposed, right, and have her first match. But man, there's obviously I think this was the Cody and Brandy match, right, for the pay per view with instead of Sammy and Ty. But
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, could have scrapped that, in my opinion.
Definitely could have moved it. Yeah.
But congratulations though too. I saw that they got engaged. I think Sammy and Ty and at the Eiffel Tower this weekend. So
right.
Congratulations to those two.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I got engaged at a bar.
Yeah, I was at my house when we moved in.
Okay.
Well, we signed the contract there. We moved in, so that was a good little story with that. But yeah, man, it's I thought about proposing at the Eiffel Tower. Honestly, Mark,
Did you really?
We took a trip over there, and as I'd asked my mother-in-law for permission and her stepfather, but then I thought about it like I was with my family, so wouldn't be fair over that. So we waited 4 months later, but it was a perfect moment. I'm sure yours was too. But yeah, I thought about it. But congratulations to those two for sure doing it over that Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, 6 years of being together and a child. Essentially says, here's your ring. Let's get married in another 6 years. No.
Yeah.
Darby and Kyle, strong shots again. Though, it was a good, hard-fought match. I was shocked that Kyle got the win. And
that's weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this is another one that this could have main evented Rampage.
Yeah.
I
enjoyed it. It was a good put together match. I don't know. I really like Kyle O'Reilly. I like his stuff. I think we were in a group text. Darby Allin's like so tiny, man. Like, what do you? I don't know. I enjoy his stick, his character, but take him seriously, like challenging for belts and stuff like that. Obviously, he has that daredevil side in him, but man, going against like a Kyle O'Reilly, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of base, but
you're on the same base. We're sharing second base then, apparently, because where do we go with Darby now? Like, he's known as a pillar, right?
Right.
What are we doing with him? When does he wrap back around or what?
Could you see him like facing off like against Andrade or something? Like I just or Wardlow, right? Like how do you take that seriously if Wardlow's champion? He's a pillar trying to go after him. Like I don't get it. But yeah, I mean I enjoy everything about him. It's just he's lost a lot recently too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think he's won a pay-per-view match in a while.
Yeah, I think that. I think eventually that payoff for Sting and Darby is going to happen, obviously, right? So whenever that happens, maybe he'll get a little, edge with him and become a heelish type of character.
I think that's what he needs. He needs to be vicious.
Yeah. Somewhere down the line, I think that's going to happen, right? So, yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely could have been, like you said, it was just thrown together. Probably to have Darby on a pay-per-view, right? But it could have been a main eventer for Rampage or a Dynamite for sure.
Next match up, Thunder Rosa defends against Serena Deeb. Shout out to Thunder Rosa, the garb that she was wearing. She was auctioning it off for Uvalde, the families down there.
Yep.
Thunder always. Not that other wrestlers don't, but Thunder always taking care of the community and everything like that. She made it known, I think, Wednesday that she was going to do this, so I was expecting something awesome, and she did. Having Uvalde on her chest and all of that, so the match technical. I think this was the most, as I'm losing my voice already, the most technical match of the night. Like, if Deeb would have won, I would have been all right with it already. I do like Deeb as being that Dean Malenko-esque and just like pounding people and everything. Great match.
Yep.
Where's Thunder go from here? She was left off of this week's show. There was some spats about that.
Yeah, she was sick, I think. I think that's what came out. She was under the weather. But yeah, great match. One of my favorite women's matches recently. is really, like you said, technical, and the build-up was not good, and the promos were not good. But these two can wrestle, so I knew the match was going to be a really, really good match. So, but yeah, I don't know where Thunder Rosa goes from here. Hopefully, a little bit more TV time to build up the next feud. That's my hope for sure.
Next matchup, Anarchy in the Arena, and that is perfect.
Right.
I wasn't sure what we were going to get because we've seen the Stadium Stampedes. Yep. I thought it might be a knockoff of that, which is kind of hokey and everything.
Yeah.
Not so much. Meltzer gave this 5 stars.
I agree, man. I think Justin Roberts set the tone.
Yeah.
I've never seen an announcer do that. He knew it was coming, and it did not disappoint for sure. I love that the music just kept playing. I think Moxley did that in another match too, on Rampage or something, or in Dynamite. Or just played. I think it just fits perfectly with them. Just that song playing, the Bat Wild thing playing. And it was nice that Jericho is the one that stopped it, right, by hitting with the soundboard, and stopped the music. But it played 2-3 times maybe.
The fans were pissed the musics were stopped.
Right. I think it just tied in perfectly with that match, right?
It did.
It was like a rock and roll show, like just carnage and like anarchy, right? So that was probably my favorite match. It was my favorite match tonight. I should say that. It was just chaos. I think that's a good way of putting it too. And man,
not the most technical, the most brutal,
not at all.
The most brutal for sure.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston just got beat up all over that arena. Blood stains all over it. I think the image of the night is him walking down with that gas can.
Zombie Eddie.
Ramp. Man, that was straight out of a horror picture film, right? Yeah. I loved everything about the match. Danielson using the hard camera to knock someone out. There's so many moments in the match for sure. Definitely a highlight for me.
Yeah, this is one I agree. This was for me the match of the night as well. Again, not technical prowess or anything like that. I loved other matches, but on entertainment value and just what wrestling.
Are you sports entertained, Mark?
Yes, I was definitely fucking sports entertained, Cody. This was it.
Yeah.
And I think we all wanted BCC to win.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
But it was perfect. It was perfect, and I didn't think that we were going to lead up to. Again, we're spoiling stuff that we're going to talk about in the next segment.
Yeah.
I didn't think this was going to lead up to the blood and guts. Maybe we weren't going to get another blood and guts, or it would have been the death pool, the death triangle in the House of Black. I thought maybe that would have turned into something.
Yep.
No, these jackasses are going to go at it again, just in a steel cage.
I know. I didn't think so either. I thought it was going to be a breakaway of the Combat Club versus what do they call it? LAX, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was going to be the takeaway from the match for sure, and maybe that still plays into it in the next couple of weeks. Danielson and Eddie having to make amends to take on the JAS again. So I thought that was. I can't believe Danielson was the one. I guess he didn't tap out, right? He just passed out to end the match. But at least it took 2 people to do that to him. So, man, what a match!
Yeah,
it was definitely anarchy in the arena for sure. As Caitlin fell asleep she fell asleep before this. I think after the Baker match, so she didn't get to watch this, but. She probably heard me laughing and marking out during it for sure. I'm surprised it didn't wake her up, but it was a hell of a match for sure.
It was.
What do you think of Matt Menard? What's your thought of him?
I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate 2.0 as much as I hate the Acclaimed, but the Acclaimed does their job. That's why I hate them. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, any way that you can hate those two, I hate them. They could leave wrestling and I'd be all right.
I have no connection with Angelo, but Matt, I don't know, he's over the top. I'm starting to like him a little bit, but I really like the JS too. Like the leaning into it. I think Jericho even put a tweet out to MJF, like he's working for the greatest sports entertainment company, right? Like right now, like it's I love that Jericho always reinvents himself when he needs to, right? Like he knows when it's time to do something different, and really just shitting on WWE style. It's pretty crazy and time back, and I can't talk highly enough of this match, and I can't wait for Blood and Guts in a couple weeks here either.
I know. Andrade has some friends. Roosh is coming in. Do you know much about Roosh?
I don't know. I was getting some snacks because, like, I think we talked about last time I did a recap. There's no time to get up and go to the bathroom and get snacks.
There's no 45-minute promos.
Yeah. Right. There's nothing. So I saw the end. I don't know who that is, Mark.
Roosh is from ROH, so I think he's going to be linked to the whole ROH type of deal thing. He was ROH champion and everything like that. Roosh I think Roosh is going to play out to be a big signing for Andrade. Well, in the whole roster, but I think this is going to be great with him. It's finally somebody that fits him compared to the Hardy crappy party or private party. Yeah. All of that shit, I didn't think that worked well right off the bat. By the way, that was not live, folks. Andrade and Charlotte are still on a honeymoon, so congratulations to them, too.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. I have no opinion on that. I'm just excited to see what he does, but yeah, I'm just such a huge fan of Andrade. I hope something good happens to him, some title run or something for him, because he's such a talent. I just enjoy every single one of it. He puts on bangers every time he's out there, so
yeah.
Hopefully it keeps going upward for him here.
Next up was a tag team title match between three teams, Jurassic Express, you guys know.
Yep.
I loved when the big men worked together. Yeah. I thought that was great. And I know you and Jenks both had different picks. And this was across the board. We all had different picks. This was what kind of separated us. But I figured it just wasn't time yet for Jurassic Express. No knock to Swerve and Lee, or I don't see Hobbs and Starks getting it. There's just better teams, as I say that nicely without them coming through the computer and punching me in the face. There's better teams out there right now that deserve being champion and getting rid of Jurassic Express, which they're not Jurassic Express anymore. You realize that over the last couple weeks.
They keep not mentioning that, and I think I picked Powerhouse. No, I picked Swerve and Lee. I picked them to win, but it makes sense for them to do it. Like you said, like FTR is in the wings, right? And Santana Ortiz, your guys, like they deserve a crack at it.
Damn it, come on.
Daniels and Moxley deserve a crack at it, right? Like there's so many there are good teams. I just think, from that match, the takeaway, and I've been saying this to my wife every time I watch, is like Starks is just a star waiting. Like he is so charismatic, great wrestler, great finisher. Like he's definitely somebody that needs to break away sometime soon and go after something a little bit more important, in my opinion. But I like Hobbs too together, and I don't know. It was a fun match. Did you see at the end, like Luchasaurus got a little pissed off with Cage doing his spot with Jungle Boy?
Yeah. When is Christian breaking away?
Right. I thought it was going to be this match, right? Like
I did too.
He's getting upset at Jungle Boy losing time after time, and I think he lost on Dynamite too, right? Or that was Dynamite before, maybe. But eventually it's going to turn, right? Or maybe it's Luchasaurus that turns. Maybe that's what they're setting up for. Luchasaurus turns on Jungle Boy or Christian because Cage is taking over, the friendship of Jungle Boy, right? And like doing his spots and all that. I don't know. It's definitely there's a story there, right, going on that they're trying to tell us too.
A mean dinosaur would be amazing in there. And then if you want to somehow wrap back around to Jungle Boy and Christian being tag team champs, I'm all right with that. Yeah.
Right. So. But again, Jungle Boy is another one like Ricky Starks, right? Like he has all the makings for being a huge star down the road too. Yeah. Big time. It was a fun match.
Good match. Just again, as Cody said at the beginning, he said it first, and I echoed it. Predictable.
Right.
Then we get to the main event, Punk against Hangman.
Started at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, sorry. Some people have to wake up and go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Then I had a baseball game after work.
Right.
So I got a minimum in 2 days, 3 hours of sleep. Yeah.
Right.
This provided. I loved this match. Loved it. I loved the selling of injuries. I love that each one tried to do the other one's finishing maneuver to get them. This was an... I don't use this word a lot, but this was an epic story in this match. Like, you could wrap... I wanted Punk to win. I did. To see Hangman win, I would have been fine to have Punk get it again. You know, get part 2 down the line in a month or so.
Yeah.
So either way, we went. This was going to be a win for AEW, I think. Until Wednesday.
Right. Until Wednesday. But yeah, it was a good match. I was in and out. I was falling asleep a little bit, waking up, and I watched it back. But it's a very good match. I think CM Punk actually addressed after the show went off air that he would never try a buckshot lariat again.
He did.
Because his two were not very smooth this go around than the previous match that he won with. So. I like that they tied the previous matches to get not together, but watching over the last couple of weeks into this match too, and I think it was the right call for CM Punk to win. I would have been, like you said, okay with Hangman winning. It would have actually been a surprise, right? Obviously things changed on Friday here, but it was a good match because it got set up for the Forbidden Door, right? For Punk to be the champion, but the biggest draw for the biggest show that you're doing, for a while. So that probably is the reason why. But definitely enjoyed it.
Overall, what do you give this on beers out of a 6-pack?
Out of 6?
Yep.
I'd say 5 out of 6. It was just a little predictable. Like went long, like we talked about a couple times, and some of the matches could have been better too. So I'm at a 5. 6.
I'm at a 4.5 because of the
4.5. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple miscues here and there, and I'm not going to pinpoint them out. In the length, the 13 matches is rough. It really is. I mean, yes, you're in Vegas. I don't know what the hell time you guys started in Vegas. 3 hours ahead of us.
3 hours prior.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So 5 o'clock. So it only ended at 10 o'clock there. People probably went to the bars afterwards.
Right.
Started at 4 then for us over here in the West Coast. It's a Sunday. The wrestling fans will make sure that they're ready and set to go at 4 o'clock. I understand that.
All right. Why didn't they do it? I love their Saturday pay-per-views. Was there like a big fight in Vegas or something? I don't know. Like, was there something else going on Saturday?
Most of AEW's pay-per-views now are on Sunday, and WWE switched to Saturdays, except for tonight, because Hell in a Cell is tonight, which we're not covering till next week.
But yeah, I don't understand that. I really enjoy those. I'm sure you obviously enjoy Saturday pay-per-view over Sunday.
Yes.
But yeah, it's I guess, like I said, going in the weekend, I thought there was only 9, maybe 10 matches, and they just keep adding. But yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable, top to bottom. So great wrestling, you had a little bit of everything, right? So you had the chaos, you had technical matches, you had the women's matches that were technical and hard hitting. So it had a little bit of everything for everybody, like they always do.
Yeah. Hey Cody, let me throw in the Jenks spot. He called the hotline and left that in. So and then we'll bounce back and talk about what shenanigans he has to say.
Let's do it.
Oh hell yeah! I may not be there today, but this is Sir Michael Jenks, and I am giving my Double or Nothing review via the phone line because I couldn't join today's podcast. So quickly run through it all. Wardlow dominated MJF, and preceding events really dictated the way that match was going to go. Bucks and Hardys, man, I don't know what happened in this match. Jeff fell off the rails. It seems like he was knocked out early. His boot fell off. It just didn't live up to the hype we thought it would. The TBS title match was overshadowed by Athena and Stokely showing up and taking over the airwaves. I am super excited for both being part of AEW. particularly Stokely, because I really like how his voice, his charisma, everything about him. I like his character. Let's see how it turns out. And finally, the House of Black, Julia Hart finally joined, guys. My God, we've been saying this for weeks upon months. It finally happened. The payoff, the long payoff, which was a thing of beauty when it actually happened. This is fantastic. I can't wait to see how this goes forward. Cole and Britt became the king and queen of hearts. We knew they were going to, in my opinion, I knew they were going to win the tournament. It just didn't seem like a shoo-in for Joe. And unfortunately for Ruby, although she had a killer play out with Rancid there playing Ruby Soho, so I love that very much. Mixed trios match, Darby, both were good, not great. They were okay. Darby lost again, which is kind of surprising. Thunder and Serena did deliver in a great women's match. And guys, shit hit the fan for apparently a 5-star Meltzer rating for Anarchy in Arena. Crazy fun. Love the music that continued throughout the start of it until Jericho unceremoniously ripped everything out of the wall. And Kingston is a zombie psychopath that we all know and love and endear very, very much now after that match. Great fun. Tag titles was tremendous fun as well. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, though, will be losing soon. Take that to the bank. Finally, Punk is on top of the world. But for how long? Events on Wednesday kind of dictated it's not going to be for that long. And Paige's morality cost him. That's all the time I got. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Cody, the only thing I got out of that is that Jenks wants to be part of the baddie group. He really loves Stokely Hathaway.
That's his favorite part of the night, Mark.
Right.
5-star classics and all this, and then that was his favorite part, the baddies. But yeah, that he kind of echoes everything that we said too, right? So yeah. I think we're on the same page, but didn't know he wanted to sit in the baddie section. Maybe we'll get him some tickets coming up here. Sit in there.
Could you see him in the baddie section?
I honestly, I could.
I could too.
I could.
All right, guys, let's take a pause here. We'll come back. We'll talk about what happened Wednesday, and this is where everything essentially changes. Here comes Al Snow. Remember, the promo code is Can Crushers, all one word, capital C and Can, capital C and Crushers. You'll save 10% at Collar and Elbow.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Hey, this is the Smoking Gun, Kane Carter, and you're listening to Can Crushers Podcast, and y'all strap in for this episode. This will be a good one.
All right, Cody, we're back, and it's Wednesday, and without spoiling it, you've watched it, but you know, everything kind of changes Wednesday in the very first match.
It does, yeah. I guess I missed that, Mark. I tuned in maybe a couple minutes late, so I missed the dive into the audience. I watched it back this morning before he jumped on, and it's clearly where he got hurt, right? Like it wasn't.
It's cool that he got hurt. No, it's
cool.
not.
Clearly.
Oh, clearly. Oh,
clearly, I didn't say clearly correctly. But yeah, clearly he got hurt right there, right?
Yeah. Now watching it back, I think I missed the jump, and I watched it live Wednesday night because I just rolled in from my tattoo appointment, and I watched it live for the first time in forever. So I stopped recording it, thinking, all right, I'm gonna stay up and watch this. So I didn't have the capability to go back and watch it. I could have. It's on everywhere on the internet now, but I didn't go back. And yeah, I thought this was going to be a ruse when it comes to Friday, which is segment 3, by the way. Right. But yeah, this sucks. This sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
But
Big time.
we get Punk and FTR against Max and the Ass Boys. Clearly, if you thought the Ass Boys and Max were going to win,
Right.
I don't know if it was just a showcase. Why does this match happen? Let me ask
I don't
you
understand
that.
I don't get that either. Just maybe to have Punk and I don't know. I know Punk and FTR are buddies, and I think they teamed up before. If I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that might be the only connection with that. And FTR really isn't feuding with the other two teams, right? There's just kind of a put together match for some reason. But yeah, I'm with you. Definitely unnecessary for what came out of it, right? So that's what sucks about it.
And then AEW runs down the list of what is going to happen tonight. This is our main event. This is what's before the main event. Oh, and MJF is talking next. What? No, he shouldn't be. For Mark, he shouldn't be here. No, this should have been. We knew it was coming. I think at some point we knew it was coming, but I don't think Wednesday was the right time for it.
Right.
What happens? So let's talk about MJF's pipe bomb. First and foremost, I already know it's going to be amazing, but it's not going to be on the same level as CM Punk. Nobody knew CM Punk was going to talk that night when the original pipe bomb came.
That's fair. Yep.
So when MJF does his, you know there's, at least to me, you know that there's going to be a reference made at some time. He says the word pipe bomb, and he says that he is best in the world.
Right.
All right, remember a couple weeks ago when they were in Long Island and they both wore Islander jerseys, and I said, here it is. This is going to start it. Revert back. It's a little hint. So this was just to blow it up. And this happened literally 60 seconds after Punk got hurt. Not really, but like 60 seconds after Punk got hurt. Holy shit. Yeah. This was where they were going. They didn't know what was to come.
Right.
But let's talk about it. What did you think about MJF's pipe bomb? It's all true.
So MJF is one person, just throwing out there that my wife stops whatever she's doing on the phone when I'm watching wrestling by herself and watches the television. Like that, he is must see TV.
Yes.
Grabs your attention every single time he's out there, whether he's wrestling or talking. Right. Like I thought MJF had the best promo in AEW earlier this year with when he did that with CM Punk, with the Jewish ties and all that. It showed emotion, but like, he delivered in my opinion. I like you, Mark. You probably did this too. Went back and watched the pipe bomb too,
twice.
Just to put them together, and that's what got me back in the wrestling with CM Punk. I heard about that pipe bomb and I checked it out, and that got me back hooked to it. So. That obviously has a special place in my heart for that. And man, MJF just delivered. I think Jenks and I you were on this play too. You're watching live, and we were just going back and forth. Like it was amazing to me. It probably will be the promo of the year in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
MJF having number 1 and number 2. It was a hell of a promo, and I think just.
Do you think it was better than the CM Punk pipe bomb? Because there was other pipe bombs prior. Like other people have come up, but the pipe bomb itself, to me, is associated with CM Punk.
Yeah, I understand what you said. I get that. Like he wasn't expected to talk, and they kind of set this up that MJF was going to have something like this, right? Eventually. But yeah, I don't know. I like the MJF's better. I know.
No, knock. It's cool.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just I'm really into MJF. I guess he's probably like I said, number one thing I probably tune in for on AEW each week. So just allow him to go out there, and I think what goes back to that like when we first started, like where's the line, right, between what's real, what he's saying compared to what's work, and I think there's a report that came out like AEW stars don't know where that line is with their friend, right? They don't know if they're getting worked by him all the time, or is it, just a shoot with him. So I just think he's just so charismatic, and he has the palm, the fans in the palm of his hands, and turned them from booing him to cheering him at the end. So, he can do everything, in my opinion.
Did this then solidify to you that we were all getting worked hard?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it started off as a shoot. I don't think you would cancel people's meet and greet that spend hundreds, dollars to meet him. I think that's the only issue that I had with it, right? Like, if that's part of it, that was a pretty shitty thing to do. If you flew across country to go see him, and you're going to go meet him and greet him and, talk to your favorite superstar, and they just do that to make a storyline, I think that's where it'd be upsetting. So I think it started off that maybe he got paid over the weekend, and Tony just said, go do whatever you want, air grievances, talk about, let's start a program with CM Punk, right? Like, I think that's probably a little bit of it, right? So I think it's both, in my opinion.
Yes, thank you. I agree. I think it is both. It was starting where he was really pissed off, because the list of wrestlers in AEW making more than MJF has come out, and it's pretty heavy list. All right,
Right.
We're not carrying it around. Should he be in the upper echelon? Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he needs. But on the same end, Jenks and I talked about this last week, and I want to throw it at you. He doesn't want to give any more years, but he wants a hell of a lot more money. Don't you think, as Punk, as MJF, I mean, if you're going to get this boost in money, tack on 2 more years?
Yeah, it's like sports, right?
Yeah.
I think A-Rod got a huge contract extension, right? He got money, but he also extended his contract too. So, like, it works both. It has to go both ways. So yeah, I'm with you. Had to be a little. Maybe he did now, right? We don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
behind
we
the scenes, but
yeah,
we like to pretend we do, talk about it, but we have no idea.
We know. Tony's calling us.
Yeah, he might be calling you and Jenks. I'm just a dude filling in, but it's I don't know. It was a great promo, and I was really excited to see that MJF and Punk thing down the line, but we'll talk about that. Segment 3 maybe changing, but yeah, I think maybe another week to sell that injury would have been nice too, Mark.
Yeah, I agree.
Because again, took that focus kind of away from Wardlow. He should have got his
comeuppance. Is it right?
That's the great word.
Yeah,
great word.
Comeuppance.
Yeah, for what he did and went through and got his contract and all that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
The rest of we're going to talk about it, but the rest of Dynamite then seemed a little. The buzz was just about MJF.
Right.
If it was not focused on TV, the internet had MJF. So it was it. You could have put I don't know, Jesus Christ against Satan on Dynamite, and I think MJF was still going to get talked about.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Miro came back. That was another highlight. We've kind of forgot. Did they mention the match at Forbidden Door before that, or was it? I can't remember what the timeline was, but they announced the main event.
It was right. Yeah, it was right after Punk and FTR's match. Yeah,
that's right. Right. Yeah. So that's obviously changing, but yeah, Miro came back looked dominant. I'm so happy he's back.
The Redeemer now. I love that.
Yeah. All for him.
Little side note: if you were in attendance in California, CM Punk is the one that ran MJF out of the ring.
Yeah, I did notice that.
That
so, again,
was not on TV.
Right. They filmed it though.
Yeah.
You saw that. But yeah, again, playing into that aspect again. Just the long storytelling again for it. But yeah, sorry, my dog was growling or something. I got sidetracked.
I'm shocked mine are not down here dancing, so it's okay.
I know, but yeah, that's I'm so excited for that match whenever we do get that down the line here.
The Jericho Society talking to the AEW Galaxy. Appreciate us.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Essentially, we're going to get Jericho and Ortiz hair versus hair match prior to Blood and Guts.
Right. Yeah, the graphics was wrong when they put it up, but
Yeah.
But yeah, the hair versus hair match first. Obviously, I think Jericho's going to get shaved, right?
I would hope, and nothing against
Yeah.
Jericho's hair. I mean, he's got locks of love, but
does.
man, Ortiz's braids are on point. You know,
Right. Yeah, and I saw it on Reddit. Like, it's pretty funny. They do a classic like WWE entertainment story hair versus hair match, right?
There hasn't been one in a while. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So I think Jericho's doing that, and then accepted Blood and Guts too, which Mark is only 4 hours from me, 6 hours from you, but it's pretty close, and I'm excited for that. Obviously, we talked about it in the first segment, but it's going to be a hell of a match for sure.
Joe was attacked. Nothing. That's just lingering with the
keep going. Yep.
Then we get this whole match that Jeff Hardy was supposed to be part of. Cole was supposed to be part of too, and this is where you made reference to him being injured possibly, so he gets Nicoloya to fill in. Nah, this match did nothing.
No, it was spot fest, right? If you like that, you like that. I think they did it right, because you can have those overly spot fests where people are waiting for the next one, right? But I enjoyed it, but it was just I don't know. It was there, right?
It was there.
Yeah.
Did I miss Swerve and Lee just decimating somebody? Because literally I went...
You did.
Okay. I literally went upstairs.
No, it wasn't them. It was Powerhouse Hobbs and Luchas... Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks, right? Or no?
No, that was on... that was... Oh, no, Swerve
Rampage.
and Lee... this is the segment that I put, what? Swerve was getting a jacket.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, why'd I even write that down?
Right. That's right.
Athena talks with Tony. He pumps her up. She's all elite. She's ready for Jade. Everybody comes out. She's the bad bitch. I am already engulfed into this. I want this to happen now. I think it's going to be a barn burner of a match.
Yep, agreed. We talked about in the first segment. I'm really excited for Athena, and it's weird that Statlander's out there too, and you notice that she was looking directly at Jade first instead of looking at the baddies that she was paired up with. But so I think there's still a little bit of story to tell there too.
I'm gonna be pissed, Cody, and everybody else listening in Can Crusher Nation, if they're gonna make Wardlow walk out like Goldberg all the time. I hated that. That's not him. Right. I don't want to see him walking from parts unknown or Chicago every time that he's in like Des Moines, Iowa. I don't want that. I don't want that reference with Wardlow. They did it tonight, though. Yeah, they did. He got music tonight too, if I remember correctly. But it's just have him come out, right? I don't know. That leaning a little bit into it. It's cool without the music, but it's punishment or whatever from MJF. But and it was just another match, and Sterling came out too, right? At the end. American Arena Professionals.
Yeah.
Why didn't we know about this working at Parts Unknown Seawolves?
Right.
We would have been part of that.
Would have signed up for sure.
Yeah.
Not have to pick up trash or clean up vomit, whatever.
Yeah.
Would have signed up with Mark Sterling for sure.
Maybe no tarp. That would have been nice.
Yeah, no tarp. I'm jealous, Mark. It hasn't rained up here in like 2 or 3 weeks. Like they haven't done tarp. It's I'm so jealous of them right now. There are times there, but that's a side note. There's a story. I wanted to make sure, knowing you were coming on. You remember the one kid? I think his name was Matt. He was an intern for about 3 days. Not even. Because he got eaten by the tarp, and he was drug all over the field. He was like, I'm done. His first day. Yeah. His first day. And he was wearing clean white pants for some reason. And he got dragged all the way from second base to right field fence by the tarp. Let go! Yeah, everybody else let go. He hung on. Yeah, he looked like he could have been part of the Jericho Society prior to anything. That's right. It's a good comparison. And this kid, nobody had a hold of the tarp but him. He thought he was going to be the only person. Hold it back. So if this is you and you're listening to this podcast because you finally found us, dude, we don't know what happened to you. You didn't show up the next day.
You were
It was
done.
done. It was done.
That's one of my favorite memories of being with the
Same
Seawolves.
here. Same here.
Moving along, Britt and Jamie take on Tony and Ruby, and the crowd was into this match. Like, they were all about I think they were, after MJF, they died down for these other matches.
Yep.
They got instantly right into this, and it turns out that Ruby gets the win. Good, because it's a little stoke for her, and it was over Britt. Jamie kind of still, inadvertently, but vertently, like, everything's breaking up soon for Britt, I think.
Yeah, agreed. Like, I was waiting for her to hit her with the belt too, right? Like, she was standing there waiting, for Britt to turn around. I thought she was going to hit her, but it's coming, Mark, right? It's coming,
yeah.
Yep.
And then this main event, I understand why it was here, because you had Regal and Jericho back on commentary, but
right.
Garcia is good, but Mox is great.
Yeah.
This just turned into, hey, this is what we're going to do, blood and guts.
Right.
Why not have the ladies main event the night? I'm always stirring the pot, because this could have been right after the Jericho Society. Throw that match together. It was crazy as hell, but
yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, I hear you. It was kind of the story throughout the show, right? As Jericho the JAS, there we go, and just like leading to that blood and guts, because obviously they need to sell those tickets and get going, right? So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like these two wrestling. They wrestled couple months back, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Before the BCC, and Garcia might have been one of the handpicked choices, and it was a good match then too. Big fan. It was a good show overall.
Yeah, it was a good show. Kind of a nice comeback show. You left some people off that are probably lingering with injuries. The Thunder was a big one that was talked about not being on, but then we did find out that she was sick.
Right.
Nothing for anybody that ended storylines. Nothing was started. And am I right with that? This was all about essentially 3 stories. It was about, 2 stories essentially. CM Punk and MJF, and then the blood and guts. They didn't overpack the show. They didn't try to get 95 matches in 2 hours like they do sometimes on Rampage for only an hour. Like they did it right. So I'm like, okay, this was a good Dynamite. But everything was foreshadowed by MJF. So this was the MJF show, calling us Uneducated Marks. That essentially that's why we use that title for the show this week. Yeah. Everything like that. All right, let's pause there, and then we'll be able to wrap up Rampage and any of our other thoughts here in segment 3. Moving right along, this is nice. Again, if you just joined us in the middle for some dumbass reason, and you're looking for WWE this week, it didn't happen.
Not happening.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, though. Jenks is going to come on and tell you his spots on Dynamite.
Guys, it's Sir Michael Jenks again. I just wanted to leave a comment about AEW Dynamite this week, because this could not be ignored. Yes, we had the revelation of William Regal saying blood and guts this week, which was fantastic, but guys, we got to talk about it. We know Mark's talking about it in depth today. It's the MJF promo that has completely torn the wrestling world apart, if you will. I said this to Mark during the week, and I wanted to further reiterate it and let it sink in on Can Crushers and let everybody think about it that way. I think MJF's promo on Wednesday, I think we've come to realize for most part it's a work. They're working it pretty well. They took his merch site down. They took his name off the AEW roster. If this isn't a work, I'm going to be completely surprised. But this MJF promo, pipe bomb, whatever you want to call it, has set the official benchmark for the next era, ladies and gentlemen, which is huge in that aspect. If you remember, almost 3 years ago now, Tony Khan did say he had a 3-year plan. If I'm remembering this correctly, he had a 3-year plan for the world title when AEW started. Punk wasn't a part of that plan, I don't think, in that first iteration draft of it. But Punk has presented a unique opportunity that I think Tony Khan really is playing off of here, guys. where you have the old guard, the original rebel, the original man that walked out. He can now set up future generations and be a very, and I'm going to say it, transitional champion to MJF. Everything about that promo screamed pipe bomb, screamed similarities to what Punk did, but it also screamed a new era is being ushered in. Punk has closed the door on that 3-year plan. MJF's about to kick it wide open, run with the torch, and just kick in the next long-term plan. I think that's what the tone was set by this promo, how it occurred. It'll be fantastic to hear how Mark breaks it down even further. I'm sure he's going to get in depth about it, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents in, even though I couldn't be there. Love you guys. I'll see you in the future here. Take care, guys.
Hey, all you stupid Regents math breeders out there. This is Amanda. I'm Elijah Dean, and you are listening to Can Crushers Podcast.
This is Jenks' usually time to bring it back, so I'm going to bring it back like he does, subtle, and then just yell at you! Now, welcome back to Can Crushers. It's Mark and Cody. Do you ever notice that when he brings it back? I'm like, do something. He starts like he's Barry White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's quiet if his girlfriend's still sleeping. You could tell, like, a couple of weeks ago, he was sleeping next to him, and he was very subdued on our podcast. And same with yours.
Oh, my God. Yeah. He was whispering on the 40-year-old Dash. And I'm like, what is he doing? Guys, she's sleeping. She's sleeping in the other room, and I'm not going to do anything.
Exactly right.
An hour later, then, God, Jenks, you know we love you.
Yeah.
An hour later, she wakes up an hour into ours, and it sounds like she's cooking for a military
Right.
in the background.
Bang, pots banging.
Thanks. He's working today, though.
Right.
So Rampage starts off, but prior to Rampage, literally you guys are telling me Punk is giving the title up tonight. And I'm like, what? Where did you hear this? What are you talking about? Yeah, there's an injury, And I'm like, no. I'm like, he's not. That's no possible way. He doesn't have to defend it, essentially, at Forbidden Door.
Right.
He's not nothing. Okay. But you guys are waving shit over my head. Mark's out of the world, whatever. I'm like, all right, let's watch this. First off, it starts, and I always say this, I love Rampage for this reason. They have the best match first. The Young Bucks against Lucha Brothers. I back in the day when I probably hated the Young Bucks, I was like, it was when they had their cage match with the Lucha Brothers and they turned into Royal Dicks and they had spikes on their sneakers and all of this.
Yep.
I fell in love with them. It takes a minute sometimes.
Yeah.
So to put this match just on TV is a normal match. It's still epic. I love these two tag teams together. I'm in love with the Lucha Brothers, though. Not as much as Santana and Ortiz, but I love everything they do in the ring.
Yeah, it was very good. Right? It was one of the best matches of the week, I would say.
Yeah.
It just crazy spots. I could watch these two wrestle every night, right? They all do something different. I know commentator said it was the best match that they had. I don't know, man. That steel cage match is probably one of the better matches
ever.
I've seen in a very long time. It was phenomenal, but this is right up there too, without any stipulations. Right, probably the best you can get without stipulations.
I don't like, unless this is just a little subtle hint down the line. I don't like that he lost his match, and that's essentially how they lost.
Right. I think they did it before. I was reading. I don't remember it happening, but they did it before with him too. So I think maybe it's just call back to that, and just eventually he'll learn from it.
Yeah.
But
tie it tighter. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't think he ties underneath his chin. Right. So that just allows him to be ripped off. But man, what a great way to open the show for sure.
This is where I went to the bathroom. Or let the dog out or whatever, because I saw that there was a commercial come in, Hobbs and Starks are going to have a match. Normally their matches are a little bit long.
Right.
I come back in and they're leaving. And I'm like, what did I miss? Like, what happened?
I think Taz even said on the match, the promo, the running pitcher-in-pitcher match was longer than the match was. And I didn't even get the names of the people they were facing. They weren't introduced. They didn't mention them once. It was really sad just to get those guys on there. But again, Ricky Starks, in the minute that he has, shines and is a star. So that's all I got from this.
So with that, in that much of a squash win,
Yeah.
I am now on, and I saved this till then. Hobbs and Starks will be your next tag team champions.
Yeah.
Because of that. You don't put something like this on for no reason.
Right. And they kind of alluded to that on Wednesday. We kind of didn't talk about, but they're in one of the matches, the tag team, or when Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus were in all the tag teams were in the crowd watching too, right? So everybody wants their next crack at it. I'm pretty sure they were in the sidelines watching it too. So I'm with you. I think that'd be the next champions, unless the Hardys get some type of nostalgia run at the end here. But that's the only thing I can think of too.
We know. Thanks for bringing it up. We know it's going to happen. They're going to get a one-off, so they have all the major titles at some point. To be the only team that's ever done it. Yada yada yada. We understand that.
I can't remember if you said it, Mark, or somebody else that I read this week. But what if Cage turns on the Luchasaurus, Jungle Express, and teams up with the Hardys, and that's where that
said that last week. Yeah,
is that you? Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah,
no, I could see that happening, but yeah, I think there's going to be some nostalgia run for sure, and they're the only team that had all this very quick. Yeah, I would agree.
Next matchup, I have a little bit of a beef with this match, and it's for storyline purposes.
Okay.
You have Kiera Hogan taking on Athena in her first AEW match.
Yep.
All right, cool, fine and dandy. I understand there's bad beef already and everything.
Yep.
Why not have Athena squash somebody and then have the baddies come in and jump her or something to add a little bit more? To get one up off the baddies already,
yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, this is a little fast. This is a little because now Kiera essentially thrown to the wayside to me in a storyline that like her first match, she's or have Kiera beat her, but you don't want to do that on a debut.
First match, right? Yeah. There's no doubt she's going to win, right? So, yeah. I totally agree. They could have belabored. I mean, they have a couple more to go through. She has a couple more to, Red Velvet to go through too to get to Jade. But yeah, they could have done it one more week.
Yeah, there's anybody. Pick your wife to come in and fight her. Yeah, anybody.
Right.
Julia comes in. Well, it doesn't come in. She just has that little promo backstage. Man, she's already a great talker. Like, I was engulfed into what she had to say. 20 years old, knowing the business.
Yep.
Yeah.
All for it.
They bring these trio tag team champions in at any point. Yep. I sure as hell hope it's the House of Black that gets them first. Just
Agreed.
For Julia to hold all three of them.
Yep. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I love that promo backstage. It was perfect. Perfectly done.
We're going to skip the next thing and move ahead to Dante and Sky, the main event. Okay. And then we'll go back and spend the rest of the show essentially probably talking about this.
Yeah.
Dante and Sky for the TNT Championship. Dante, they love Dante. Everybody loves Dante. He does amazing things.
Yep.
Of course, Sky just got the new title. Dante's not there yet.
Win it.
Yeah. Right. This was an easy, predictable. Sky's going to win. I still, and Jenks brought this up, there's got to be some misfortune. I think it's going to be Ethan that takes it from Sky.
I think so, too. You can kind of see he's getting angry and a little tiff back and forth with that. So, yeah, I'm with you, too, on that, too. And there's rumors that he got hurt, too, at the end. I don't know if you noticed that, too. He's a little gingerly. He put a tweet about it. I don't think he has said he's giving up the title, but he's definitely hurting.
Yeah,
with I think his muscle from his ankle to his knee or something like that pulled. So hopefully he's all right too.
Sky, people want to cheer Sky, they really do. So and people hate Ethan Page, and I love Ethan Page because of that. He made a run. He made a run in IWC for a while with Josh Alexander when they were the North. God, everybody. Yeah. So
hated him. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So now the big news to end the show, essentially, and wrap up this whole week. CM Punk has the promo. He comes out, and again, Mark is like, he's not giving up this title. He's not. He admits he got hurt. He doesn't want to let anybody down. There's people. You notice he mentions Moxley, Danielson. He mentions people like that can carry the company. He doesn't want to give it up. Tony says, you're not going to relinquish it. When he leaves, I still don't know if he gave up the title or not.
Right. Nobody knew, right? He kind of talked in circles. It was not delivered perfectly, I would say. There's no clear direction where it's going. And then Jericho jumps on the commentary and says, I can't say that word.
Relinquished?
Thank you. The title. But then it comes back from commercial that he did not. They're going to do it kind of a tournament, Battle Royal on Wednesday to kick off, and that winner faces Moxley, who then that winner faces the New Japan wrestler Forbidden Door, and that's the interim title, right? That's my understanding what's happening.
I think. I mean, I posted yesterday, AEW put out a press release, from Coleman or Gainey or anybody would have put out a press release. They put out a legit explaining this is the most unorthodox
language that they use, right?
Randomness. I understand the face Mox. I understand that. Cool. Have a battle royal. Who the hell is going to win it? Good luck. Like, this is, again, good luck. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then why does it need to go to Forbidden Door to get somebody from New Japan? Like, where was this? They're trying to keep, I think, some of the stories engulfed in Forbidden Door.
Right.
But now what the hell do you do with MJF? He cannot win this Battle Royal. I will be so pissed. If he wins the Battle Royal and then beats Mox to get the next thing and becomes this interim champion.
Until we get to Punk and him later, right?
Because there's a story, yes, they can run off and say, I'm the champ, I'm the interim champ, But Punk, and I'm not knocking this, but I am, is going to get a longer title run because of his injury.
Right.
I don't think he was going to have it as long as we thought he was going to have it. Now, how long is this injury? Shit, he's having surgery.
Right. Yeah, it's not a week or two off, right? So it's definitely major, right, for surgery. So yeah, what's the plan? But yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, it should have been something else, right? That's the championship instead of the Forbidden Door. But
have four guys. Throw Mox, Danielson,
Hangman,
and Jericho. I know Danielson has not had it, but come on, like he has a resume. In the world. Yeah, he's got a resume. Let them carry it. Let this burn off match then. And I'm not knocking MJF. I'll get to my point. Let the burn off match be Punk and Danielson when Punk comes back.
Yep.
Punk is healthy. Maybe Danielson just got jumped by anybody. Name the list. But Punk has already scheduled this match when he returns. He beats Danielson, becomes the only champion, throws the interim champion away, and then MJF comes back out and says, "You're a motherfucker. That championship means this as much as the other one. You haven't been here. You took another vacation for 6 months like you did 7 years ago." Round all of this back up. But can you keep MJF off of TV that long, though?
Right. I mean, he got challenged to be fired, right? So maybe that could help in that situation. I mean, they pulled his merch and
they took him off of the intros and everything. Yeah.
Right. So maybe it kind of worked out that way. Maybe it looked out that, he could be fired and take some time off and then come back when it's ready to get that rank back up for CM Punk. So maybe it might work out. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it's Moxie's title to lose, in my opinion. But I'd love to see Daniel.
Aha! Good for you. I hope he calls you out.
I almost made the whole show, but see Danielson win and face Moxley in the main event, right? I think that'd be pretty cool, or a young up and comer too. To get a match at Moxley too to elevate them. I think that'd be great too.
I want to see. I ruined mine. I want Danielson to be the interim champion. However, we come round and about this. So apparently Danielson would have to win the Battle Royal and face Mox, which is awesome. They're going to shake hands, beat the shit out of each other. Cool. Go on to face, I don't know, from New Japan. Somebody from New Japan.
Someone from,
become the champion. Or do you give the title to somebody from New Japan? And then when Punk returns, that is his Forbidden Door match. It's been guaranteed.
There you go. Yeah.
Does Punk
Right.
show up if Forbidden Door?
Yeah. That's what, a month, not even a month away, 24 days away, or something like that. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. Lots of questions. Lots of questions as we head forward to what's going on with Forbidden Door. Titles, are they going to be on the line? Are we going to get a dual championship? I don't want this to be NWA versus AWA versus WWF Supercard where everything ends in a disqualification and no title shakes hands or anything crappy like that.
Yeah.
But I don't want New Japan taking over
their stuff,
AEW unless they're going to do a full-out Bullet Club NWO-esque storyline.
Yeah. That's the way it would work, right? That's the only way I could envision that happening too.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm excited though.
I am excited. Yep. I am excited. Maybe the injury it's a legit injury, folks. Maybe the injury to Punk puts a different spin. Well, it definitely is putting a different spin on where they're going.
Right.
But it could be more money. It could. I'm not in the books yet. I'm getting there, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's some of the best stuff happens when the change of plans happen, right? So that you weren't expecting. So it's then strap in and go for the ride and trust that it's going to be great along the way for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yes. I'll mention it once again. Tonight is WWE's Hell in the Cell. I don't know. Watch it if you want to. I guess it might be on the computer tonight as I play baseball or something.
All right.
I've seen some matches. Nothing has me goaded to saying this is a must watch. I guess we'll give some of our thoughts on it next week if Jenks gets out of work. He could be working for the next 7 days.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows what he's doing?
It's the work, the lies. Cody, what do you have coming up? Did you guys record? You guys clearly didn't record this morning then for 40-year dash.
Right, yeah. So it's next weekend. It's a Jenks update episode. So we'll see if he's sick or working next week too, or he actually got something done. We'll see.
Yeah. Any plans for the week? Anything going on?
Father's Day is this weekend, is it not?
Is it really? No.
Or maybe it's 2 weeks. I don't know.
What's today's date? The 5th.
Today's the 5th, so yeah, it's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
So this weekend coming up, not too much, I don't think. And so free weekend, just doing work and hanging out. Beautiful outside, can't complain.
I have to cut my grass this week.
Yep,
I have an interview. I'm going to get my voice back. And listen to this. This is no knock. I only have one baseball game this week.
That's it.
And it's tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
The rest of the week is cut grass and maybe be a big fat bum. And be all right with it.
You need it. You deserve it.
I don't know if I deserve it. That's the wife, but
it'd be well warranted. How about that?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Cody. It's been a blast again. Apparently, you are the AEW pay-per-view guy.
Yeah, I'll catch you the Sunday after Forbidden Door and the one Memorial Day weekend. I'll just pencil it in and save it on my calendar because Jenks is going to be working. So
yeah. I'm telling you, he doesn't buy pay-per-views. He just waits for us to talk about him, and he joins in.
There we go.
Cody, do you think you can finish this?
Yeah, let's do it.
You can finish it. Remember, just because you're trash, Jenks, doesn't mean you can't do great things.
This is a garbage can, not a garbage cannot.
Whoop, whoop.